Picture a lion. 400 pounds of muscle, claws designed to tear through bone, teeth that can crush a skull. Now picture you. No claws, no fangs, slow on two legs, skin thin enough that a thorn can break it. By every biological standard, you should not be here. And yet here you are. And the lion is nearly extinct. Something happened. There was a moment, not a gradual drift, but an actual turning point when one small, fragile primate crossed a threshold no other creature had ever crossed. And after that moment, nothing on Earth was ever safe again. This is the story of how you became the most dangerous animal that has ever existed. For the first 200,000 years of your species' existence, you were prey. Not a predator, prey. Archaeologist Robert Foley of Cambridge University reconstructed the ecological niche of early Homo sapiens and found they were mid-level scavengers, closer in food chain position to hyenas than to lions. They huddled, they hid. At night, they climbed trees to survive. Early human skulls carry the puncture marks of large cats pressed into the bone. Your ancestors were dragged out of trees by leopards. They were picked off by the dozens. So what changed? The answer is not a weapon. Not fire, though fire matters. Not language alone, though language is part of it. The answer is collective imagination. Around 300,000 years ago, something began shifting. Anthropologist Joseph Henrich of Harvard calls it the cultural brain hypothesis. Human intelligence is not primarily individual, it is cumulative. A grandmother could teach a grandchild something she had never personally experienced. A hunting technique discovered by one person could travel across 100 miles and 100 years. No other animal does this. Every cheetah is born at roughly the same level as every cheetah before it. Knowledge dies with the individual. There is no compounding. You are different. You are the only creature where the accumulated knowledge of your entire species is available to you. Every discovery, every technique, every mistake ever survived, all of it stackable, all of it growing. But this alone is not the weapon. The weapon came when your ancestors used this intelligence to do something that should be impossible. They began coordinating strangers. Every social animal has a hard limit on group size. The limit of recognition. A wolf trusts only packmates it knows. A chimpanzee allies only with those it has personally groomed. Robin Dunbar of Oxford found that human cognitive architecture supports roughly 150 genuine relationships. That is the biological cap. And yet, you live in cities. You follow laws written by people you will never meet. You go to war alongside strangers. You belong to nations of hundreds of millions. None of this is biologically supported. The answer is shared fiction. Not lies, something more powerful. Myths, beliefs, stories that exist not in any one mind but in the space between minds. Gods, nations, laws, money, none of these exist in the physical world. You cannot hold a nation in your hands, but when millions of people believe the same story simultaneously, they can coordinate behavior without ever meeting. And no other animal on Earth can do that. The evidence of what followed is written in extinction records. 50,000 years ago, humans arrived in Australia. Within a few thousand years, every megafauna species was gone. Giant wombats, 3-meter kangaroos, marsupial lions, all of them. The same pattern repeated in the Americas 15,000 years ago. Mammoths, mastodons, giant ground sloths, American horses, gone. Not because humans were physically powerful, because humans planned, communicated, coordinated. These animals had evolved defenses against individual predators. They had no defenses against a thinking, coordinating group. They had no chance. Neuroscientist Michael Tomasello of Duke University spent decades studying what separates human cognition from chimpanzees. His conclusion is simple. Chimpanzees cannot truly teach. They cannot collaborate with shared intention. They cannot build something together that neither could build alone. You can. And that single difference is the entire explanation for why you are here and the giant ground sloth is not. Tonight, you will walk through a city built by millions you will never meet, governed by laws written by people long dead, using money that has value only because everyone agrees it does. That invisible web of shared belief, the same cognitive power that emptied continents of their largest animals, is holding everything around you together right now. You are the most dangerous animal that has ever existed. And unlike the lion, you know it.